When you see that field of blue, you know it can be only one place in the world. Boise, Idaho, on the campus of Boise State and home to the fabled giant killers, the Boise State Broncos. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see, the number 22 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Broncos will put it away to start the game. On the move from inside his own 20. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Lethal weapons all over the field. That has been the standard at Oklahoma for several years.
I mean, so many guys, and they've built this offense on space and speed, and it's the playmakers out wide. Listen, they've had great quarterbacks, but if you don't have guys outside, they're going to make plays. Obviously, it makes it hard to move the football. These guys, they make it easy.
Handoff from the gun. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure. The quarterback gets hit. Just not on the same page with his target.
The Sooners will punt it away on 4th down. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line.
Broncos will take over 1st and 10.
On 1st down, here comes this offense. Keeps the legs moving. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Fires to the big fella. Smashes through. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way.
That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing them open.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line getting some push, making them use their resources on him. The linebacker comes free, doing the making the back.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Takes it the other way. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Third in Africa is extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back and really play pass coverage. You can tell the offense was trying to force it, trying to get that first down, makes the big mistake.
He wants to throw. Flips it out in the flat. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. And the Sooners moving quickly to the line. From the gun to give, looking for room. Worked his way to the 38 before they stopped him. It's a 5-yard gain, and that'll be a first down.
Really nice run. This guy brings balance to this offense. It's not all high-flying aerial passing attack, too. You go back to Adrian Peterson, DeMarco Murray, Samaje Perine. They've always had guys in these spread-up tempo offenses that have been able to give them balance and force the defense to stay honest. That's exactly what this guy brings the Sooner offense.
Just the ability to move the chains, keep the drive going, sort of quintessential efficiency from a Sooner quarterback.
Yeah, and from a Sooner offense, because, Reese, they keep the drive going, but what does that do? Most Oklahoma teams over the years, we see them go fast, and they wear you down throughout a football game. So the quarterback play on those completions that move the sticks, that make you play 3 more plays, 4 more plays, 5 more plays, and just wear you out.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him 1 to the 14. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Mitchell. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and cushion and coverage. For the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him. And he tackles him for no gain.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Touchdown Sooners! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Purdue is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Bob Greasy, this might not be over just yet. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Penn State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Riley. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Back to throw, it's Rivero. Gets it out fast. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Looking to go up top on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Trying to convert this second and short. He'll pull it on the read. At the 20, he's got space. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Oklahoma 7, Boise State 0.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Good throw and catch, takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the right. Touchdown, Boise State! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And he's going to run it back. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Will take over first and 10.
Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. He's going up top. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Looking for a gap. It's Woods. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through, and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Mitchell. They stop him at the 22. 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Oh, gave the defender the business.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
The Sooners have taken it inside the 20. Running with power. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. On the run, it's Woods. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Brings up second down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. On third and short, the power run here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
They're going to go for it with a couple of good options here. Get it to the 1, you get the first down. Get it farther, you get the touchdown. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Gotta love the physicality on fourth down and short. You know what's coming. They hand the football off to the running back. No secret, but he plays physical, gets behind his pads, and gets the first down.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma! There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He'll step out of bounds at the 16 and leave his offense with a long field in front. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Got his man quickly. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. The Broncos want to pick up the tempo.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Man, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Now he's going to break the pocket. Got his man downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They're bringing heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
At the 35, he's got room.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Back to pass, it's Rivera. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos!
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just...
Hit the afterburners, kid. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. And the Sooners are in the hurry-up. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. Give to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the middle. And that ball is picked off. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing in his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Motion from the offense. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback will audible. Dropping back, it's Rivero. Buying some time. He's got his man. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll throw it on 1st down. Moving away from pressure. At the 45, on its way. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Sooners will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get to the 2nd half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Quarterback checking the play. To the air, it's Rivero. Pocket starts to collapse. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
That middle linebacker just wanted it more, man. He came right up the middle. He was able to beat and cross the offensive lineman's face and work his way to the QB.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. on 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And the defensive line, you know, 3rd and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on 3rd down.
Well, look at this. 4th down and 1.5 miles, and the offense is still on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
And listen, obviously, you know, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page, though.
The sure hands, it's Mitchell. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, then you open it up for the passing game.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. And they're going to try to convert on 4th down. 1 for 2 so far today. Oh, ball's out. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You know, David, I like the play call in this situation of the game, putting it on the ground, trying to be physical, deep down in your opponent's territory, trying to break this tie and win the game. But, man, you've got to have better ball security.
Yeah, and you got to find a way defensively to make plays. And it doesn't matter how pretty it is, but they did it just that. Like, make a play late in the game, tie ball game, force a turnover, give your offense now a chance to go win this football game for you.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Dropping back, it's Rivero. Buys a little time with his feet. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Looking to scramble. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
And the Broncos will call on their punt team. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week. Just called on one time. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it and you didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They'll try to run for it. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Throws to the wideout. He's got it. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down. QB puts the ball on the money, and he makes the play.
It'll be a draw. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brought down on play at the 13-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Now the play fake. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's got his man. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. The Sooners headed quickly to the line. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown Sooners! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Pittsburgh came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won, and the fact this wasn't ever really in question. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And, oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
And listen, I know he just got rocked, but he held onto the football and got the first down. So when he can get up, when he has the strength to get back up, nothing to be worried about. Nice play, nice catch. Don't worry about that big stick. I got the first down. Signal that thing for me and celebrate.
And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
To the air, it's Rivero. They're trying to get to it. This time he's got it. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one.
Marks the end of the first quarter. Oklahoma 21, Boise State 14.
First down to start the drive after the break. Back to the air one more time. Fires to the wideout. And that pass intercepted.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. The play action fake. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. Defenders have to know. I know you want to hit the quarterback. You have to pull up. They get hit with the roughing the passer, and it's a fresh set of downs for the offense. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? If they can pay off this third and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It is perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Boise State ready to send out that offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Comes out throwing on first down. Moving out of the pocket. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Couldn't get anything done on first down. Now second and 10 from the 46. Looking to throw. It's Rivero. Feeling some heat. Got his man on the right. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They're going to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown Broncos. Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points with a great...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
Oh, so close to paying off the tip drill. He had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by one possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in the sudden change situation.
The give to the back. Trying to run it in the red zone. He's got 4, and he's down at the 12. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quick strike complete. Touchdown, Boise State! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the fourth quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
And he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Sooners want to move quickly.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, they sit down in them, and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such a smart player nowadays.
So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? They'll try to power their way ahead. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, third and short, I just got to fall forward and get the first down, Palmer, but the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up something easy. You know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
They'll stop him short, just what they needed as they get the ball back for their offense.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the eye.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the fourth quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice lap.
Got some room entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Broncos! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The lead gets bigger here in the fourth quarter, and their run continues, about to go 8-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
35, Oklahoma, 24.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw it. Spits it out to the back. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Looking for more room. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Broncos. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the fourth, and now they can smell 8 straight wins. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Nevada is in front. They've responded well to all the off-the-field chatter this week, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by 7 over Cal. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
This might be an opportunity, too, Rich, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Here's a throw downfield late. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Throws to the wideout. And you'd like to think this sophomore wouldn't make a habit of trying to force passes into double coverage like that.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast.
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Trying to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
And that running back essentially just did everything right. Not only did he rip off a 9-yard run with the lead late in the game, but he stayed in bounds. He had the awareness that if I stay in bounds, the clock keeps running, and it increases our chances of winning this game.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with this offense, man. Fourth quarter, they've been money. Great job putting drives together. Nice play there as well, but this offense has saved their best for the last part of this football game when they needed it the most.
They'll run it. It's Schwartz. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do